So restraining from talking about that. You gotta turn that off there. Yeah. Okay, great. Just gonna pass it to Angela, who is bringing another pole of this experience in the speech. A dear friend who gently warms the space for people to gather and find themselves. So I will just hand it to you there, Angela. Thank you.
Thank you. So tell me, friends, what's the plan? Because if we're at overtime,
Yes, I was supposed to say
plan?
that. We will have your offering and then do a hallelujah to close.
Yes, so Angela, please be free to share as you would.
Well, what about the stuff you were going to say, Dottie? Because
I'm actually going to write that. I'm going to start Mila and I and Frank, we're going to start a world revolution with the Buddha Eightfold Path and the Basic Six with you. We didn't tell you yet. Yeah, so I will be able to write what my thoughts were to share. And then I will send it to everyone also with the invitation and check in with some of you friends here how we might begin. So thank you for that.
Well, what if because I wasn't sure exactly how long we had. So I have like between 15 and 20 minutes. Can you mute that sound, please?
Yeah, I would offer, go ahead and share, dear friend.
Here, listen to my suggestion. What if because our friends have given us so much to consider and we want to honor our time, even though we have all the time we need, right? We know that we have all the time we need, but I could not give the full, like I have a slideshow and all this stuff. What if I hold that? Because that's also okay, right? To have something and then hold it for later, because not quite time. And maybe it'll tag onto your stuff later or something like that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna decide that. I'm gonna be the decider.
Oh no.
I decided to not bring everything that I prepared in this like slides that are behind on my screen. It's behind Dottie, and rather to say a couple of other things and hold that for another time, because we'll be together again. That I know the invitation will come. So hello friends, my name is Angela Foster. I live in Decatur, Georgia, which is in the southeastern part of the United States. And it's a little suburb next to Atlanta. And I am very grateful to have been a participant in this celebration of Ita Wegman. And I feel the movement coming out. You know, Jeffrey, that was worth the cost of admission for me, just being here. Now I've got notes about how I'm going to go later and do that. And you don't know right now, but it really ties into everything that I had prepared. It's as if by the invitation that Dottie gave to me to come and speak and the preparation that I did over the last 3 weeks to bring something, it's already here. So I know that I don't have to say everything. And I don't even have to show all the pictures that I have, because we've all been working together in the night. And we've been working together for many lifetimes. So we're here now. And that's what's important, is that we keep moving forward. So I wrote a little note that just now I wrote this that said, what if we could come to every gathering as if you were presenting? If you know me, you know I have a terrible fear of public speaking. And I'm an introvert, but I keep showing up and talking in front of people. Right now, my screen says there's over 100 human beings in the space. So I prepared as if I were having this big presentation, and now I'm not going to give that presentation, although I'm still talking. But what if we all did the work consciously, as if when we came, we were going to speak and we had to present something? It was such a blessing that Dottie asked me to speak about words, because I did all this conscious work and reflection to speak about words. And it was such a gift to me. I have been sculpted from the inside out because of her question and her invitation to me. And then I wrote, you don't actually have to say anything. So that is one of my takeaways from this moment, being a part of this community and this school of Michael is that we're doing everything that we need to do. And I don't really have to say anything else. But I do want to read something. And this is from the book. I think some of the youth have been working with this. I think this is how it even came to me. It's called The Foundation Stone. And it's Willem Zijlmans van Emmekoven. Hopefully that makes sense. And it's speaks to us in this stream that we're in. I'm on page 23 under this chapter that he entitles The Goetheanum as Revelation of Cosmic Word. And I'm just going to jump in. He's writing about Rudolf Steiner, and he says, on another occasion, he, Rudolf Steiner, said that the building was a living word, an organ of speech for the spirit, a signpost to the spirit. He summed up the Goetheanum when he called it the house of speech. This house of speech was visible on earth. And now that it has been destroyed by the fire, it can be found in the spiritual world as an imagination. It is, in fact, a task of modern humanity to concern itself inwardly with it in imagination. So the question I'm living with is how can I become a house of speech? So thank you. And love, 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 love.
Thank you, dear friend. I would say kind of the miracle of this moment a little bit is that Angela, myself, Christine, and Elizabeth were in Dornoch in 2013 with Dr. Michaela and Dr. Selg. And that's where I met Angela and also Elizabeth. And Corinne Finzer made a way for me this year to be in a class with Dr. Michaela, who I hadn't spoke to or encountered for 7 years. And so, yeah, it's a very interesting journey. And I would just offer what I was inspired by with Angela and why I asked her to do this is that one day we had a conversation and a question was upon the table and she said, actually, I have to think about what I'm going to say. That what I experienced her doing is weighing her word, measuring her word if connected to the Christ conscientiousness. And I was deeply inspired by that, you know, versus just writing something or just saying something, that actually she was weighing her words. And yeah, so that had a deep impact on me and still does. To how does one bring oneself conscientiously, especially in this time, and how we meet the other with this kind of Christ conscientiousness who came for all of human beings. So yeah, so thank you, dear Angela. I wonder, Karine, are you in the house? She may have left. Again, I want to thank everybody Okay. So then how about we'll bring this to, a close because we're over, and Angela also works with the time spirit. So saying, how can we be right on time, that, you know, the kind of sacrifice to give up your offering so generously and so positively is really, yeah, I'm so thankful for that. Thank you. So how we were going to end was that with Linda Larson will bring the Hallelujah, and then Frank will share the bridge verse. And I would offer quickly, Jeffrey, if you could write inside the chat box, someone would like to know the title of the first lecture that you had shared. So thank you. So Linda, are you ready for us, dear friend? And let me just share, we just met Linda Larson. Jean Goligly, let me say his name in the circle. Jean Goligly has crossed the threshold. Fred Janey has crossed the threshold. Hugh Love has crossed the threshold. Hugh Courtney has crossed the threshold. Many of our friends have. And yeah, so I met Linda, who freely offered her editing skills for me, which are always so needed. And also mentioned, where is eurythmy? We don't have any eurythmy. And I said, would you offer hallelujah? And so, Linda, if you're there, are you there, friend?
I am.
Okay, beautiful. Hello, Linda. Hello, dear Linda.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello
So,
to everyone.
yeah, so if you would offer your offering, and then we'll go to Frank and maybe Mila for a closing thought. Thank you so much, dear friend.
I think it's wonderful to come to our hallelujah after what Angela had said about being speech, because when we move eurythmy, we are speech. We bring it to life. And having been to Ascona and having done my therapeutic eurythmy practicum in the Arlesheim clinic, I'm feeling like I am over there, or would love to be, and appreciate so much about Ita Wegman and all that she did. Now, I'm not sure how many people would know that hallelujah was the first word given by Rudolf Steiner in eurythmy. So I think it's wonderful that we're going to do together this first word. And I would say that whoever is sitting and they want to remain sitting, that's okay. I need to be doing it sitting because of the space where I am with my computer. Oh, I apologize. But wouldn't you know? That is also wonderful if you're able to stand and do it, if you have more space to be able to do it. So I will be doing it a little bit smaller because of my space. But I would like you to know the first translation I have received, which has stayed with me and been the most effective one for me, of what Rudolf Steiner said, that the hallelujah is speaking when we do it. And that is, I purify myself from all that prevents me from beholding the divine. And perhaps I'll say it one more time, and then we'll silently come into doing the hallelujah together in the movement, which I think probably most people here today probably know some eurythmy and may have done it before, I hope. I would like to just go directly into the silent movement for it. I purify myself from all that prevents me from beholding the divine.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for having it in your ending. I appreciate it so much.
I'll read that bridge now, and so be it. The human being is a bridge between the past and the future. The present is a moment, moment as bridge. Spirit grown to soul in matter's husk comes from the past. Soul growing to spirit as seed encased journeys toward the future. Grasp future things through past ones. Hope for evolving things through what has evolved. So grasp existence in evolving growth. So grasp what will be in what exists. Mila, would you be so kind as to offer a closing thought?
Well, I think there have been so many thoughts today, and yeah, I'm really happy that so many people came together to celebrate Ita Wegman's birthday. And I think if we can carry something from this meeting and come into a meeting with yeah, the impulse she carried in yeah, in her deep connection with anthroposophy and Rudolf Steiner, then we can have a little birthday every day. I think this is what I wish for us all. Like Christmas, it's not just at Christmas, but that we keep something of, yeah, of her and her impulse alive in us, and yeah, bring healing to the world that needs it desperately. So thank you for sharing this moment with us and being present for such a long time with us.
Thank you, Milena.